After I made another kid at the group home cry, the director, Mrs. Gable, sighed and led me to a young couple. "If you're looking for a companion for your nonverbal son," she said, her voice heavy with exhaustion, "this one's your best bet. She's the most spirited child in the entire facility." She leaned in and whispered, "My only request is that once you take her, you don't bring her back. Please." The couple missed that final plea entirely. Their faces brightened with excitement. "She's perfect for us." I wasn't sure what mute meant, but my adoptive mom cleared it up during the drive back. "It simply means you can chat away endlessly," she said with a gentle grin, "and he'll never shush you." My face lit up too. He seemed like the ideal buddy for someone as chatty as me. My fresh parents, Mr. and Mrs. Blackwood, escorted me to a firmly shut bedroom door, their expressions a mix of anxiety and optimism. "Head on in, dear," my new mom encouraged in a hushed voice. "Your brother Leo doesn't speak much, but he's a gem once you break the ice. If you can coax even a single syllable out of him," my new dad chimed in, "we'll grant you whatever your heart desires." My eyes went wide. I shoved the door wide. "Hyla."
Bam.
I gawked at the now-shut barrier, utterly puzzled. My parents exhaled behind me. "It's fine, Luna," Mom said, her words tinged with that all-too-familiar letdown I'd endured countless times before. "That's just his way. Give it another shot tomorrow. Your bedroom's right nearby." They shuffled off, backs sagging. But I couldn't let it slide. Clearly, it was all about nailing the perfect strategy. Round 2. "Hey, Leo."
Bam.
"Time for a switch-up." My beloved sibling.
Bam.
"Oh, brother mine. So dashing and mighty."
Bam. Appa. Bam.
"Bro."
Bam.
"Enough." That thing might as well have been sealed with steel for the rest of the day. Come morning, I bounded down the stairs armed with a screwdriver. Mom and Dad, peering from the landing, offered a quiet, supportive tilt of their heads. I swear I could sense their unspoken vibe. With a sibling this unstoppable, how could he not crack? She's a pint-sized tornado of charm. I jammed the tool into the lock, twisted hard, and the knob clattered free. Steeling myself, I yanked with all my might, and the whole door flew off its frame. And there sat the boy, stunning, like a living portrait, perched on his mattress, lost in empty space.
"Hi, Leo."
"I'm Luna, your sis now."
Thud.
He hurled the volume in his grip at a nearby shelf, his sole rebellion against my grand entrance. I flashed him a cheeky smile and launched myself onto his bed, tunneling under the blankets like a pro. My folks swapped a glance and tiptoed out. I lunged for his fingers. He yanked away. Tried again. He evaded. This chase dragged on for a good 5 minutes. At last, ditching the touchy-feely bit, I switched to my specialty. I swiped the plush gator he gripped tight and squeezed it close. "All right, Leo, pay attention." At the home, I'd spin yarns for my toys at dawn. Your turn to hear one. Not a peep from him, eyes glued to a stray string on his quilt. Hey, progress. No name-calling or eviction threats yet. I grinned wider. Let me spill about my old life. The orphanage had its thrills. On my 3rd birthday, the boss caught me with a snapped arm. She joked that without her fix, I'd have turned into a babbling mess with a handicap, instead of just the babbling part. Dodged a bullet, huh? Point is, every kid there was a total diva. One big bully made us toddlers act like he ruled the roost. We bowed, laced his kicks, scrubbed his spot. I claimed my busted arm excused me, but guess his comeback? Even the lame serve the king, he sneered. So I oopsed a slosh of grimy floor water right on him and declared him no emperor, just a lonely crybaby. Leo's hand jerked slightly. For a blink, his gaze darted my way. Hook, line, and sinker. The director witnessed it all, plus my epic rant, so punishment was scrubbing toilets. I barricaded myself in one and crashed for a snooze.
Clever, right?
Heh. And the brats nicknamed me Pancake Pile. So I'd snag the kitchen spoon and bonk M whenever they tried. Shut that down fast. Moral, fight back. If some jerk picks on you, stare M down and hiss nutcase. Instant shutdown. Repeat after me, nutcase. I chuckled and swiped for his hand once more. He bolted it back, sparking our dodgeball routine anew, until frustration won. He flung the bedding aside, leaped up, and bolted toward the den. I tumbled after, arm extended. Hold up, Leo. The tale's not over. Mom and Dad glanced up from the couch as we barreled through. "Look at that, honey," Dad murmured. "Our boy's way more engaged. We nailed the adoption." Leo didn't pause. My folks hailed my door-busting stunt as pure brilliance for luring Leo out. As a prize, they showered me with a horde of goodies. I dragged the lot straight into his now-barren doorway room. "No envy allowed," I proclaimed. Sharing is caring. I'm all about generosity. Unpacking frenzy. Whoa, designer backpack. Scratch that. Mine forever. Adorable undies? Yep, claimed. Glitzy barrettes. Stashed. Super soft rose bunnies for feet. Non-negotiable mine. Rosy frock, shiny kicks, all destined for my closet. I eyed the pile of rosy presents, then glanced at Leo. An idea sparked. "Yo, do you dig pink?" Before he could dodge, I snagged his hand and slapped a tiny rose clutch into it. "Boom, this one's yours." He jerked back like it had scorched him, flinging the bag aside and scrubbing his palm furiously against his tee. I peeked at my own hand, then at him. "Dude, your skin's like silk. Ever notice?" He rubbed even wilder. Mom and Dad, assuming the hall bombed with me, whisked me off to the shopping center for custom pics. "Is Leo tagging along?" asked, peeking toward his face. Their faces clouded with that familiar gloom. "Leo skips the mall, kiddo. But shopping's the best. Maybe you've never shown him the fun way." "Crowds overwhelm him," Mom cut in softly. "They trigger his anxiety, make him feel trapped. He might snap." They tugged me toward the door. As we headed out, I twisted for one last look. There he was on the upstairs railing, face as neutral as a statue, tracking our exit. He seemed utterly isolated. Deep down, he craved that everyday kid life, same as the rest. I halted, slipping free. "Change of plans, I'm bailing. Staying put with Leo. Surprise me with whatever." Ignoring their sputters, I dashed back upstairs. I could tell he was holding out for me. From below, their sobs echoed. "She's a miracle, an absolute miracle." I exploded through the gap where the door used to be and latched onto Leo's hand. Sticking around, more tales incoming. In a total shocker, he didn't yank free. He let me tug him to the couch. My grin exploded. Jackpot, a locked-in listener. "All right, Leo. You know the little match girl? Buckle up for the little bomb, babe." He just fixed me with that steady gaze. Picture this, a scrappy kid in a shack stuffed with explosives. She hawks him on the corner, but zilch buyers. Freezing, starving, pining for her nana, she yanks a pin for some heat. Boom. The town's lit up, and everyone spots her grandma that night. Leo blinked once. Whoa. Or how about Red Riding Hood? Nah, don't plug your ears. The loot parade rolled on. My space was a hoarder's dream. Guilt started gnawing, though, still zero words from their boy. One afternoon, they pulled me aside. "We've signed you up for classes, Luna. Adopting you means owning your schooling, top notch." I flicked a look at Leo's nook. Together with him? Heads shook. He's a grade ahead, love. Even in school, paths wouldn't cross. Home lessons suit him best. But rubbing elbows with peers could spark something. I pushed back. Googled it, social vibes build confidence. You want to hear him chat, yeah? Friends might give him the push. They traded loaded stares, then relented with a dip of chins.
Fine.
Worth a shot. I bolted to a spot. Big news. Twin packs for us now. Leo buried deeper in his novel, unfazed. Spot on. Classes unleashed a storm in Leo.
Sheer panic.
His cheeks drained white, hands slick with sweat, a pulse hammering at his temple. He teetered on the edge of collapse. I clamped his fingers. Easy, Leo. I've got you. No retreat this time. His grip crushed mine, bones protesting. I bit back a yelp but clung tight. Then the murmurs slithered in from the crowd. Why's the nut job returning? Damaged brains don't belong in real schools. Check that shuffle. Total oddball. The quiet one scored a mini guard dog. Adorable. Yo, those fidgety flaps. Classic loony move. Click, sudden clarity hit. I whirled, fangs out. One more peep, and you're eating knuckles. I roared. Mocking spree? Save it for your ugly mugs, losers. Big shots, huh? He's sharper than your whole clown crew combined. I jabbed fingers at each. Back off now. They bolted like startled bugs. Mute boys packing a wild defender. Abort. I hustled to Leo. eyes downcast at the tiles. Snatched his hand again. Tune him out. They're the real weirdos. Consider me your shield, zero tolerance from here on. I fished out the synced locator bands Mom and Dad got us, clicking one on his slim arm, the twin on mine. Trouble bruise? Smash this. I tapped the alert. I'll zero in. Scout's honor. Silence, but his stare lingered on the band. My gate rant sealed the deal. No flakin' lessons. But as the bell loomed for wrap-up, my wrist buzzed. Picked up. Garbled yells only. Problem weirdo? No pint-sized hero this time. Scram from our turf. No clearance needed, I flew. Spotted him on the yard, hemmed by bigger dudes. They prodded and hurled, but Leo stood frozen, right arm cradling his left like a shield. Rage mode. Engaged. I dive-bombed the pack, flooring a pair. Itching for a scrap? Pick on my size, chickens. The ringleader smirked. You versus the squad? Dream on. A tug on my sleeve, Leo, head swaying no. Up close, a welt bloomed on his jaw. It's cool, Leo, I breathed. Recall the home? I ruled the ring. These punks? Lunch. Ditched my bag, unzipped, whipped out a splintered lacrosse club I'd scavenged. A kid wheezed. Damn, she's unhinged for real. When Mom and Dad burst in, Leo and I chilled solo in the head's lair. I beamed, plucking turf from his locks. Grass tufts suit you, total vibe. He angled away. What the? They exploded, storming close. Return trip loomed. I braced, crushing Leo's hand. He countered the squeeze. Stunned, I wove my digits through his, interlocking. This one's a menace, the head barked. Wielded a club, sidelined half a dozen kids to the clinic. Families want her booted. Permanently. Mom and Dad pinned me with stares. I curled small, gut twisting. Last stand? I dragged those fools under too. Mom leaned in. Spill it, kiddo. We'll sort this mess. I gawked at them. No shouting? No boot back to square one? I flashed the watch and hit play on the audio log. They kicked it off, I declared, tormenting Leo. I wasn't scrapping with folks. I was battling beasts. The clip rolled. Jeers, insults, thuds of blows. The office staff blanched. My folks quivered with fury. This your version of a secure classroom? Dad growled, tone like thunder on the horizon. Might be time for the Blackwood Fund to yank that library pledge. That evening, I was right back in my cozy nook, wedged under Leo's blankets, toes chilling against his for that toasty fix. He stayed put. You're a legend, got it? I murmured. Folks booted those punks, expelled them. Even dragged their guardians into hot water. Poetic justice. So toasty, Leo, I sighed, freezing my butt off at the old place. See? We're puzzle pieces, you and me. His poker face sparked an idea. Lesson time. Right, next bully? You gotta unleash the vocab bomb. Start simple. Echo me. Nutcase. Blank stare. I drilled him till my voice cracked. Gazing at his quiet mug, pity twisted my gut. Hey, I whispered. Your schedule wraps early. Mind. Hanging by the lot post spell? Flip pages in the ride till I'm out.
Zip from him.
Quiet's a yes. I trilled. Still nada. Next afternoon, bells rang, and there sat the sleek dark ride at the edge. Heart somersault. He'd shown up. Low. A palm smothered my lips. Blackout. Nobody warns you. Fancy adoption perks include a free snatch and grab. Came to in a grimy rig's rear. Leo beside me, trussed and muffled, eyes saucers of ancient dread. This brat's clan wrecked us. The front seat phantom snarled. 8 years back, he clocked our gig. Snatched him to shut it, close call. Blew the payoff, vanishing.
Payback stew.
His buddy eyed me. Upgraded the model when the first cracked. Typical elite swap. You shattered him, the wheelman barked. 7 years old, and you flayed a guy's hide in his face. Who wouldn't glitch after? The guy snickered. Hey, it stuck, gifted him that speech block. Mom and Dad bubble wrap him like fine china. But not from round 2. I clenched jaws. These scum? Leo's nightmares incarnate. Tossed into a derelict shed, my digits scrambled for the band on my arm. Sweet wee thing. One leered, closing in. Boom, Leo vaulted forward, shielding me, gaze a wildfire I'd never glimpsed. Nut, case, he rasped. My face ignited. He uttered. I cupped his ear. Chill, Leo. SOS sent. I nudged his tracker. Comprehension flashed, but he held the line. Chest exploding. My guardian now. Mute hero act? Gold. The thug mocked, slamming a boot into Leo's gut. As he reeled, I pounced, chomping his lobe, ripping free. Hawked crimson and bared teeth. Kid versus brute? No contest. He flung me. Leo staggered up, barrier once more, catching a haymaker that floored him. That crumple? Rage eclipse. Not damaged goods. Not glitchy. My Leo.
Cops.
Freeze. I dove to him, quaking like a leaf, and crushed him close. Breathe. I hushed.
Done.
Locked in. The locators pinpointed us. Scrapes only, rescued. Folks barreled into the ER bay, enveloping me in tears. Luna, our fierce one, unharmed. I peered past to Leo, mid-patch from a medic. And Leo, your boy's over there?
But they fixated on me.
Fearing the oversight stung him, I snagged his glance and froze. A ghost of a grin.
Joy.
In a gown lip split?
Freak.
Matched me to AT. Post-chaos, they handled me like porcelain. Special treat for you too. Dad beamed one day, passing plain frames, dupe sets. No vision woes, so, huh? 200K per pair, he clarified. I jammed mine on, nearly skewering an orb. Slid the spares onto Leo. Pricey? Must be enchanted. Glasses became uniform. Tricky for burrow and babble sessions, but I finagled. This eve, mid-scramble aboard, he snared my paw. I smirked. Surrendering to the Luna magic? Pick your poison, Leo. Red Hood? Treks to Granny's, spots the tail and fangs. Whips a blaster. Kaboom. Credits roll. Leo gulped. Or snow. Weds the royal, pops out a kid, busts his fling with glass slipper. Feeds him the toxic fruit, comas out. Stare fest. Or bell and brute. Spots the fangs, rallies the mob with flames and forks. Then weds the stud next door. Nutcase, Leo breathed. I iced. Come again. Nutcase.
Boom.
Encore. Nutcase. Ecstatic, I trampolined the mattress. He met my eyes, repeating. Nutcase. From below, Mom and Dad caught the ruckus. That snatch must have scarred sweet Luna deep, Mom murmured, all wistful. Now she's chattering in dual tones, like her own echo chamber. His voice, pure crack. Nightly ritual. I'd unleash my wildest yarns, and bam, his flat, single-syllable verdict. Nutcase. Pride swelled like a balloon. Upgrade alert, I declared. Echo this, douchebag. Leo fixed me with that gaze. Nutcase. Buzz. Wrist gadget hummed. Caller ID, Ms. Gable. Old Haunt HQ. Luna, they ditch you already?
Click. Gone.
Redial. Don't ghost me, you pint-sized terror. Bet you'd fib if they canned you. Ping your spot, I'll scoop ya. All good here. I barked. Spit it out. What's the angle? Her tone flipped to fake sunny. Brace yourself, kiddo. Your bio folk surfaced. Tracked you down, sweetie. Time to head home. The words hung from my wrist like a rotten joke in one of my rants. Your bio folk surfaced. Tracked you down, sweetie. Time to head home. Home? Laughable. The dorm was a carousel of fake-outs, but this pad, with Leo's quiet glares and our twin trackers, was the first that felt solid, not a snare mid-set. I shot a look at Leo, still hunkered under sheets, his peepers darting like he'd sniffed the shift. No chatter, naturally. Just nutcase looping in my skull. Luna? Signal check. Gable's static pierced. Papers in hand, luxury whip, high-end threads, the full montage. Claimed a hospital flub years back. Loaded to boot. Your golden escape hatch. Escape? I scoffed. Gable, come on, you get me. I don't do exits. I shred, and spark ablaze. Her exhale? Classic weary. Mullet. Meet up tomorrow. Details incoming. And hey, skip the tall tales. Don't spook 'em. Dropped the call, crashed back on the mattress, eyes locked skyward. Leo rustled close, knuckles grazing mine. Oops. Or, on purpose. Snagged it quick. Leo, imagine my blood crew as those dorm tyrants? All orders, zero laughs. I breathed. Or nightmare fuel. What if they're the real nutcases? He gave a micro-crush. Breakthrough. Dawn hit with flapjack whiffs and hushed parental murmurs down low. Leo'd risen, parked by the pane with a tome, but his side eyes screamed, "Next bomb's yours." I vaulted over. Rise and shine, Sib. Plot twist. Bio squads crashing like twisted fable foes. Hockey club hello.
Blink.
Then, lips synced silent. Nutcase. Gales of giggles, I teetered. Spot on. Operation loaded. Folks ferried me to the rendezvous. Swanky bistro mid-city, the kind that bills you for oxygen. Leo glued to my cuff, refusing release till they caved. He rode shotgun in the rear, toying with his band, complexion ghostlier than Norm. No need to enter the fray, I assured Midlot. Solo mission. I'm the pro at freaky kinsagas. Nah. He latched fingers, hauled me through the threshold. Parents swapped the miracle meld glance again. A duo loomed at a nook booth. Her. Beads and blowout coif. Him. Threads barking I rule the skyline. They rose at my sight, waterworks on cue, like a daytime drama cue. Luna? My precious, she wailed, lunging for the squeeze. Sidestep, shoving Leo front as buffer. Pump the brakes, ma'am. Personal space. ID yourselves.
Halt, then poise.
Evelyn Hartley, your mom. Victor here, dad. We misplaced you at birth. Bracelet bungle with a swapling. Hunted non-stop. Victor dipped chin gravelly. PI's on payroll. No holds barred. Learning you were stashed in that dorm. Heavens, our apologies. I squinted. Apologies? Code for dumping me 'cause I was a live wire? Gable pegged me trouble from go. Evelyn wilted. Never. Pure error. Tags crossed. We nurtured the stand-in Serena. She's flawless. Demure compliant. But you're the true heir. Leo's vice tightened. Peeked his way, glare locked on them, teeth grinding. Flawless, eh. I purred, venom-laced. So Serena's the prize pup, me the reject nutcase? Prime backstab plot. Spill. Reclaim quest for remorse? Or empire intrigue bubbling? Victor hemmed. Spot on, yeah. Hartley Holdings? Billion strong. Serena's primed for the throne, but blood says you stake too. Rectify time. Fold you in, lavish the lot. Sure. Here's the paraphrased wrap-up for the final part. I've kept the fiery showdown and heartwarming close, but reworked the dialogue, pacing, and zingers to give it that fresh, punchy edge. Think sibling solidarity, with extra sass. This caps the tale on a high note of revenge served sweet. If this is the end, feels like it, your full retelling's ready for the spotlight. Layer in some dramatic pauses for the vid. Evelyn bobbed her head like an eager bobblehead. Serena's on board with splitting it all. What a gem she is. I cracked up, full belly laughs. Leo's clasp upgraded to a legit anchor hold. Split the spoils? Chef's kiss. Leo flashed back to that yarn about the sibling duo and the tainted tart. Sis acts all buddy-buddy. Offers a slice, laced with venom. Cablum, last cookie crumbles. The Hartley swapped. What fresh hell stares. Luna, that's unhinged. Evelyn breathed. Nutcase, Leo grumbled. Volume just for my ears. I shot him a wicked wink. The Blackwoods waded in. All charm and grips. Blackwood crew here, Dad announced. Luna's ours, sealed in ink. Custody tango? Courts call the tune. Victor's glare sharpened to knives. We've got ironclad gene scans. We'll claw for her. Leo went rigid next to me. Over my dead body, would these posh posers yank me from his side? Deal. I fired back, popping to my feet. But intro to the golden child first. Gotta eyeball this flawless sib. They caved, betting it'd hook me. Penciled in a feast at their palace. Ride back? Leo's paw stayed welded to mine. That dusk blanket bunker. Leo, if there's slime, we torch him.
Packed.
A legit dip of his chin, then a husky echo. Nutcase. The Hartley Gala? Magazine spread come alive. Polished stone, crystal drips, staff swarming like bees. Serena perched prim, porcelain gown and grin faker, then fool's gold. Luna. Thrilled you're here. She purred, lunging for the clinch. I thumped her spine, clocking the rigids. Busted. My brain buzzed. Pre-meal nibbles. Evelyn fangirled Serena's A+', soup kitchen stints, ivories like a virtuoso. Our shining star. Victor piled on. I quirked a lip.
Neat.
Dorm days? Crowned prime riot starter. Signed up for bully bonks with spoons. Keys? I'd hammer, heart, and soul with my funny bone. Serena's facade flickered. How rustic. Leo, my table flank, pinched my shin below, silent shield to the crew, but my steel wall. Sweets hit. Serena sidled close. Luna, it's a lot, I get it. But we'll divvy the dream. Firm, digs, even bunk space if you're game. Brow arch divvy? Like you divvied my spot for years while I mopped thrones. Evelyn inhaled sharp. Luna. Serena? Butter wouldn't melt. Clueless here. Word of it? I'd have hunted solo. Phony alert. Whipped my cell, pre-dug dirt via Blackwood hooks. Hilarious. Snagged the clinic files. No oopsie. You clocked the swap. Huh, Serena? Or, the pick they pocketed. Meek and mild. Ditching the yeller for the rent's relief. Dead air. Victor's mug-boiled beat. The nerve. Jeans don't fib. I bit out. But your docs? Smoke and mirrors. You ghosted me 'cause I was overload. Now? Claws chase, bio-babe bags the bundle, yeah? Serena's sidelined with me in play. Evelyn dissolved in sobs. Air. Green. Swamped. Nutcase. Leo boomed. Crystal cut. Heads whipped. I glowed. Bingo, bro nails it. Serena forked the table like thunder. Absurd. Street rat reject. No place at this table. Bam. True colors. I surged up, snaring Leo's mitt. Ta for the spread. But my squad set. Windfall? Stash or sue? I'll splash the slime show wide. Wild card versus Wonder Kid? Front page fodder, says me. We strutted out, Blackwoods beaming in our wake. Home base, sheet fort. Leo husked, douchebag. Guffaws erupted. Vocab glow up. Killing it. Then a beam, no holds barred. Luna.
My tag.
His timbre. Ultimate payback.